We are about to find out jobs figures any second. Let's go straight to our business reporter Ingrid Willinge for more on this. Expectations are...
It's dropped, Tom. It's just dropped. So I'll take you through the actual numbers because we have seen the unemployment rate remain steady at 3.5%. The participation rate also steady at 66.6%. This is smack bang on expectations. An interesting part of this number, though, is the employment figures. How many jobs were added this month? It was expected to be this quarter, I should say. It was expected to be 25,000 jobs. It's actually only been 0.9 thousand jobs. So a huge, I guess, miss in terms of jobs added this particular quarter. So watching closely, and of course that is the surprise, a miss by 24,000 there, Tom. So a bit of a miss in terms of how many jobs were added. But as I said, the unemployment rate remaining steady at 3.5%. We are seeing full-time employment come in up about 13.3 thousand. Look, this is really interesting. We know the unemployment rate remains pretty close to its low from record. So it's at 3.5%. Of course, it was at 3.4% back in July. The question is where it heads from here. There is sort of some of the indicators we've been watching. Job ads and job vacancies have come off their record highs over the last few weeks. So there is an idea from some economists, such as CBA, that we will start to see the unemployment rate pick up over coming months. So, I mean, still obviously off record highs, some of these numbers, but we are expecting to see it pick up, or economists are, over coming months. So the RBA will be watching this quite closely to read in, I guess, to what to do with interest rates going forward, because we know as long as unemployment remains strong, they're going to have to keep increasing interest rates. It's going to keep contributing to the economy with inflation. So we are watching this very closely. But yeah, a big surprise there with just how many jobs were added. 900 jobs. So it's a very small number. And this is the miss. But really, we're looking at the broader number here, Tom. 3.5%, smack bang on expectations.
That's true. And look, full-time employment increasing by 13,300, part-time decreasing. So in terms of that mix and how that feeds into the underemployment as well, that's the upside, I suppose. I guess the other thing for the RBA, though, Ingrid, yes, they're looking at this and such a low unemployment number. This number in of itself, 3.5%, does not mean it has to really worry about unemployment when it keeps, or if it wants to keep hiking. But if this is the start of the job slowdown, as you alluded to, and it could start creeping up, and given we have a lag factor on interest rate increases, that could at least give them some pause for thought on, right, when are we going to top out on this cycle? How much more can the jobs market handle?
Yeah, and I should reiterate, I mean, this doesn't look like it's the start of an increasing unemployment. I mean, we are seeing still 3.5%, let's be clear here. And as I said, some of the job vacancies and job ads we're seeing that are coming off their highs are coming off record highs. So, you know, keep that in mind. We're still seeing a very strong labour market. Of course, we are seeing immigration pick up now. That should flow through eventually. I mean, that sort of makes logical sense that will flow through to the unemployment rate. But at the moment, you know, we're still seeing this number remain very strong. And, you know, you see it anecdotally, Tom. There's still staff shortages across the board. There is a lag impact. As we know, the RBA has recently moderated rates, still hiking, but moderating it to 25 basis points rather than 50 basis points. I mean, this will continue. We've got a bunch of data coming out next week. Of course, we've got inflation numbers. That's a big one to look at in turn with the unemployment rate this week, but also the budget next week. So there's a lot for the RBA to continue to digest, to know, I guess, whether or not to continue with that moderated sort of rate hike pace. But I will say rates are expected to continue rising for months to come.
Ingrid Willinge with the latest there on jobs figures. So as you can see, it's still a very low unemployment rate overall, which is important to point out.